Hello and welcome to the Autocar Show. Now the Honda City has been reigning supreme as the king of this segment for a long while. We did put it against the Volkswagen Vento that we have here, but it still came out ahead even though by a hair's breadth. But there's nothing like bringing a third entrant in to shake up a battle. So we bring the Linea into the fray. Now, the Linea's got a new heart, the T-Jet engine. It was our car of the year. This makes it a very, very strong contender. Let's see if it manages to shake up this battle, and let's see if the city still manages to hold on to its throne. When it comes to design and styling, the city with its arrow form still the most stylish and futuristic car. Fiat Linea is handsome too and well built with the most solid build quality. Vento comes across as a bit of a plain Jane amidst these two. On the inside, the Vento's interior is nice with grey and beige tones. It's understated but elegant. The dials are large and easily visible, and the central console is neatly arranged. There are also lots of storage spaces, but not as many as in the city. Overall, the quality is good too, but the plastics look more hard-wearing than luxurious. You sit quite nice and high in the Vento, but what I find is that this dash line is very, very high, especially this binnacle, and even the boot lid is quite high, so when you're parking, it's not really easy to see the corners of the car. The City, on the other hand, offers good visibility even though you don't sit as high up. The interior is definitely the most futuristic too. Its well-sculpted dash and the orange backlighting are really nice touches. The dials are classy and fall easily to eye. There are loads and loads of storage places too. The plastics though are a bit of a letdown on the City and look built to a cost. The silver finish of the central console doesn't look too great either. The Linea's cabin feels nice and airy when you enter it. Feels very solidly built as well, and it's classy. But there are some really nice little touches like the retro looking instrument cluster which just sort of jump out and grab your attention. Although I have to say that every time I sit in the Linea, I feel like the steering wheel is just too close to the body and I have to adjust my seat further back than my normal driving position to really feel comfortable. But that's probably the only thing the Linea lacks, because as far as loading goes, this car has some features the others don't. Once out on the road, the City's engine is smooth, it's refined, it's quite a dream to drive actually. It's also the quickest, making the 0 to 100 dash in just 10.28 seconds. And the beauty about the City's engine is whether you're nipping in and out of city traffic or you're cruising on the highway, it seems comfortable anywhere. The only thing one finds is that the City is not as well insulated as the other two cars, so a lot of the road noise and engine noise tends to filter through into the cabin. The City has a weight advantage and this helps in making it sprightly. The Vento with its 1.6 is the biggest motor. Whilst it does the job and feels at home in the city or on the highway, it really doesn't match up to the other two. Plus, the engine just isn't as refined as that of the City. The Linea's engine really impresses you instantly. There's loads of power. In fact, after 2000 RPM, there's actually a surge. Overtaking in this one is really easy and it encourages you to actually nip in and out of the traffic. The only thing is that you might have to change your gears a bit because throttle response isn't as quick as you'd like. With the tall gearing, the Linea will cruise easily on the highway, making it quite a delightful engine. Add the body control and the Linea is really an enjoyable driver's car. The steering weighs up nicely and the car corners effortlessly. But with the Vento and the City, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Whilst the Vento feels safe and secure and stable, the steering feels a little light. The City, on the other hand, has the better steering of the two but runs out of grip too quickly with its narrow tires. The ride in the Honda City is a little firmer than the Vento, but it's flatter, which makes it actually the nicer ride of the two because you don't get tossed or bounced around at the back. And the space is as much as the Vento as well. It's really nice how the City, with its compact dimensions, carves out space for its passengers. Legroom is good, width is nice, headroom is also quite ample. But what's really nice is the seats. I think it's the most comfortable of the lot. The cushioning is good, and the recline angle of the backrest is really nice and comfortable for long journeys. The Vento absorbs bumps and potholes well at low speeds, but because it's soft, it tends to pitch over uneven roads. The suspension sounds clunky too, which you really don't expect from a Volkswagen. What you do get is a lot of legroom in the rear. The beauty is the lever for the rear passenger to move the front seat. The only downside is the central tunnel that's quite large, making it difficult for the third passenger. The Linea's ride is really the best of the lot. It's the most pliant, and though at low speed some of the bumps and potholes do filter through, it's still the most comfortable one, and as you gain speed it really flattens out. Space is also quite adequate over here. Only thing that can hamper the taller people is the roofline, which curves down at the back, and tall people may tend to brush their heads. Now, this is a segment where fuel efficiency is still important, so let's take a look at the figures. This is really where the City excels. Well, a closely fought battle. Now the Vento, a typical German product, solid, safe, secure and great value, but it simply doesn't match up to its rivals in this battle. The Linea, once our car of the year, still a very sensible product. It's got solid build, nice ride and handling, and an engine now that's a delight to drive. Plus, it's loaded with features and offers up great value. The City may be the most expensive of the lot, but it's still the one that tugs at our heartstrings. It's the most stylish, it's got image, and it's got a feel-good factor that the other cars don't offer up. It's also a perfect all-rounder, and with the strong branding of Honda behind it, it still remains the king of this segment.